Join us.
Hey Star Wars fans and action figure collectors, we've got the last figure from the Haslab Ghost. It is Mr. Garazeb, Zeb Orrelios. Really thrilled with this one. I loved the first one. This just proves that it didn't need to be in a deluxe box. This could have been on a card back. But we're going to do a little bit of side by side because there are some differences between the two figures. I think there is a fair bit of reuse, which is fine. Not arguing with that whatsoever. I do love his big goofy grin there. There's some slight differences. Obviously the head, he looks a little bit happy. Would be nice. We'll find out whether we can do a little bit of a swap around and have, you know, particular Zeb in particular outfit looking happy or sort of a little bit more growly than he was. Yeah, HAS006 is the number on the back of the card. Great looking figure. The purple with the yellow just works really nice on the card. Very nice for those that will keep them carded and have them all on display in a nice row. I think it'll look awesome. But that ain't me. So let's bust it open and take a look at the figure. Alright guys, here is Zeb, lucky last one of the group. Yeah, this one looks fantastic. really cool. Accessory wise, it does come with his sort of his weapon in sort of gun mode, I suppose. It should peg onto his back like previous versions, or the previous version, yeah. So it sits on his back nicely. Probably put trigger down, but and then you can have it in the extended version. It's sort of his dueling mode, and then you get these sort of energy spikes to put on the end, which is cool. See, I don't think that's any different to the previous version. I think the purple of the little electric prods are a slightly lighter pink, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, the rest of it is the same. So yeah, he's got his two weapons, and yeah, let's have a look at the figure because it's a good one. Yeah, so the only real differences between the two is this one has a different belt. All the torsos are the same. That sort of upper armor piece, which is a separate piece, it's just sort of glued down over the top of the torso, is different. And he's no longer wearing the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads on the previous version were sort of just glued on over the top of the sculpt here. So they knew they were going to be doing another version of Zeb, very cleverly so. And of course the new head, which, you know, he's a bit happier this time around, which is fantastic. So let's get a good look. Look at the eyes, man. Jeez. Just those sort of, they're almost reflective, they're almost sort of glittering. Wow. You can get up too close, you start seeing the pixels of the digital print, such as the top of the ears there. But you know, to the naked eye, you're not looking at that. It's only because I'm zoomed right in on a pretty decent camera. I love that smile. Got some of the other details on the chest. Just trying to remember what that represents. The big sort of tongue or tail. It's sort of wrapped all the way up around his neck there. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go. See a lot of the purple fur and the stripes. There's the belt. It's got the gauntlets on the arms with the communicator. Looks good. trigger finger on that hand. Down to the legs. There's no real difference in the legs, slight difference in colour to the other Zeb, but otherwise he's looking pretty damn good. He's looking very good. Very happy with this one. Look forward to putting him on his little chair and having him just hanging out listening to some rock music. So we'll go through the articulation. He's got the double barbell in the head, and you can pull the head off nice and easily, so you'd be able to swap them out. He's got the ball hinge in the shoulders, ball hinges in the elbows, ball hinges in the wrists, inward hinge on the left hand, up and down hinge on the right. And of course the swivel in there as well. Got the barbell joint at the torso. So you get a good range of movement there. Barbells in the thighs, in the hips, swivels in the thighs. Ball hinges in the knees, ball hinges in the feet, or the ankles, if you want to call them ankles. And that rocker joint in the foot too, so. I'm going to put that on him for this purpose, the purpose of this figure review. Just keep that on the back. The other one will fit on there too. It's got the pegs on either side. But let's get him on a KR stand. There we go. And that was a nice tight fit. So there we go, right on the middle peg there. This doesn't get used a lot, but nice to know there is a use for it. So yeah, it's a small little hole, but that's why we put that middle little stand on there, because there is going to be the occasional figure. Expect them to be the dainty ones, not the Zebs of the galaxy. But yeah, no, he's fantastic. Let's bring in the other version. A bit of a side by side. You can sort of see the differences. The colours are pretty much all the same throughout. A few minor differences. Obviously, like I said, the upper armour on the chest is different. The original one, he's got the shoulder armour. And obviously the different head as well. So a couple of Zebs, fantastic. Really, really nice. Very, very cool. And there we have the Ghost crew from the Haslab. Let's throw in Sabine and Chopper. There they are, all together, looking fantastic. Great bunch of figures. I did Sabine and Chopper earlier on, a few months back. I'll make sure there's a link to them at the end of the video to go back and check those out. And I'll chuck them all in a playlist together as well. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to do a little bit of a fly-through video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full review on the Ghost. It's a big piece. It could take a while. Well, I might. We'll see. But there's all the figures. Really, really happy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts. So until the next video, guys, may the Force be with you always.